All right, so let's get controversial today.
Oh.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the case against.
That was choreographed.
You think we planned that, but we didn't. You had no idea I was going to say that. So we're going to talk about buybacks today. I'm actually a fan of them strategically, as long as I understand how the company's doing it. But we're going to talk about why they're not good. And then why I'm saying
So you're actually
controversial.
gonna play the other side of the coin on your
We're going
side.
to play the other side.
All right.
Okay. Because I
See how
actually
long
think
you
they're
can
good.
stay and roll. No, I'm just teasing.
I'm not sure I'm going to stay and roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So before we jump in, subscribe. I always want to keep saying that. So let's set the stage for buybacks versus dividends. So you got defined stock buybacks. Company has cash. A lot of companies, they all have lots of money, right? They're going to do one of two things of that. They're going to use that money, or one of many things, the big ones. They use that money to grow the company. They're going to use that money to buy back some of their cash or some of their stock, which is going to make their stock more valuable. Or they're going to use that money to pay out to shareholders in the form of dividend. So we're really going to look at this through the lens of buybacks versus dividends. We're not going to talk about the countless other things that companies can do with their
Right,
cash.
to go invest
Yeah.
and build the stock price
And
that
do
way.
all kinds
Yep.
of things. So a dividend is very simple. It's that same cash they're going to pay out to an investor. Why would a company do a buyback?
It reduces the outstanding shares.
Yeah, which makes
So-
the shares
Stock.
more valuable.
More
Right.
valuable.
If you have less of it,
Less,
it becomes
Yes.
more valuable.
each one matters more.
All right.
Yep.
There are some tax
What
advantages.
is that called? Supply and demand or something like
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Econ 101.
So there is some major tax advantages to it. And I've seen both sides of the aisle in Washington fight for and against this. You typically have one side that's very in favor of it, the business side of the aisle. Well, I shouldn't say that.
I don't know. It's
Republicans are more for it. Democrats are more against it.
At least the way that they're divided
At least,
right now.
Yes. And that's not political. That's just how the aisle is divided.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's seen as you get more wealthy on this side and you don't get more wealthy on this side. I'm not sure I see it
Yeah.
that way.
Well, and I think a lot of it too is there's been so much, and this is actually one of the, like, kind of jumping a little
We're
bit
getting
ahead.
controversial.
Well,
Yeah.
this, like, one of the problems of the stock buybacks is, guess who gets to decide on this? The board,
Yep.
the
Yeah,
CEO.
executives.
So a lot of times it looks like it's just the CEO or upper
It's the
management.
wealthy getting
It's
more
the,
wealthy.
the guy who's already making 5-10 million in a salary, and then he gets these bonus, he gets shares, and you're going to use the money of the company to go increase the value of your own shares. So now whenever you have those stock options, you're
But all the
actually making more.
shareholders that have it, they get more money as well.
Correct, but that doesn't hit the TV waves, right? Like, it's all about the wealthy getting wealthiher type scenario. I was just kind
He
of
was leaning
piggybacking
on what you just
what
said
were
on
saying.
the,
Yeah, I understand.
yeah.
Yep.
But the logic doesn't flow.
Correct.
Oh,
Because everybody makes money.
If you're invested in the company.
And if you don't buy
right?
it back, there are other ways you can deploy that cash to make the stock more valuable.
Correct.
So it's kind of I'm just going to
Yeah.
make a
I guess
statement.
a lot of times
Yeah.
they'd rather see that money deployed down into staff employment to build the company's value that way, as opposed to it just being on stock price.
I wonder how that the politicians that are against it, where they truly are seeing the value back to the common person. Like they just want them to get paid more.
My take would be, the argument would be, instead of spending $1 billion in stock buybacks, spend $1 billion in your employees and give them better pay, better benefits, pour it into your employees as opposed to just stocks.
All right. So we just talked about the upper management controlling the buyback. Okay. Who doesn't control it? The shareholder.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
you get a
Investors.
vote, but you don't have enough shares typically
Yeah.
for it to matter.
Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
it benefits the investor, but also hurts the investor. It benefits them because there's a implied, and it doesn't always work this way.
Correct.
There's an implied the stock's going to go up. There's also a fact that if they were going to use that money as a dividend, it is now not a dividend.
Correct.
You can't spend
There's no
buybacks in
cash.
retirement.
No,
Right.
Like there's no cash flow
They
there.
don't pay
no.
you.
I would rather you do a special dividend, like some of our companies have. We actually have one, HSBC, who the past couple of years they've done a special dividend, which is exactly that. Instead of doing the buyback, they're like, here, investor, have some extra cash.
So playing devil's advocate here,
Yeah.
what's better and why? The buyback or the special dividend? And what would more long-term help the investor?
Man, that's a great, because you can flip flop on that
You can.
a bunch of different ways.
It's tough. If I have a company that's paying 4 dividends and they have a special, I think I'd be more inclined that they buy back. But I would love to like dig into which would be more beneficial long term.
Yeah.
I think the buyback would be more beneficial long term.
Yeah, you're reducing your debt load.
You're reducing everything.
Yep. Well,
You're making
the
the
debt
stock-
load of that outstanding dividend. Now you've just reduced the amount of all those shares.
You're increasing or you're decreasing your payout ratio.
Yep.
You're deploying cash in a very positive manner. Now we can't spend it. There's a lot of clients out there going, you just cut my income by 20%.
It was special dividend anyway.
Well, you already got the ones that they stated they were going to give
Correct.
you.
Yes.
This was an excess cash flow.
Yeah, but who
potential.
doesn't like a bonus? You know,
It would have
type
been a
scenario.
bonus.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not against it.
Sure.
But I think the long-term benefit, they could increase your dividend instead of paying that 1. Now instead of giving you a 5% increase over the next couple of years, they might be able to give you an 8 because they reduced their cash flow requirements. They've reduced their debt of dividends. They've reduced a lot of things. Like you can make a strong argument why a buyback. Now on the flip side,
Makes them
you
healthier
could say,
long
what
term.
if it didn't work out?
Right.
What if they have to issue more shares the next year because they got to get more, because that's what happens. They buy back when they issue more because they need
when
to
they
raise
need
more money.
Yeah, when they need to raise money.
Because you can say, well, there's just a game. Sure.
Yes.
So the reality is it doesn't always work out because that doesn't mean they're never going to issue more shares. So I definitely see both sides.
I don't know. If I'm in retirement, I'm like, give me that
Give me
special
the money.
dividend. Well, they say that I'm terrible at these, but bird in the hands worth 2 in the bush.
Yeah.
Come on, pay me.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Especially when you're in retirement.
I would probably say if I'm in retirement, give me the cash. If I'm an investor, reinvesting
if
the
I'm in
dividend,
that accumulation phase,
I'd
buy
probably say
back.
buyback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like,
Because you're probably going to go through some rebalances and stuff like that. So if you can,
yeah.
What if you have a father and a son or a mother and a daughter and one's retirement, one's not? What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
that's it.
Yeah.
What
Not
type
that
of
we have a
legacy
choice
do
as
you want?
investors.
Yeah.
Just to his point, it's the executive making the decision anyway. But
That's it.
Okay, so on this one, we're talking about why dividends are bad. So let's just talk here. Let's play the side of why dividends win in the long term for investors. Dividends pay you regardless of market moods, like ups or downs. Like,
right.
give me the cash.
Right.
I'm going to spend it.
and to Kyle's point, you're in retirement. That matters, right?
It matters
You're out of time.
completely.
You don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Give me
just
the
stepped
case.
out of a meeting, Cal and I did, and that is exactly the whole premise of what we were discussing with it. She's like, when I stop, how am I going to get paid? Like, I see this red, I see this gap. How is that going to be filled? And we were able to just walk her through the process. Like, here's exactly how it's going to be filled through dividends.
So when you have dependable cash flow, what typically happens? It creates a dependency, a behavioral,
Creates a tether.
yeah. Well, not only that, I'm talking more like a behavioral discipline, like something that,
Well, you may not chase as many shiny things because you're comfortable.
or you're confident.
You're confident.
Like, hey, I've got this cash flow, because I have a lot of clients that want their cake and they want to eat it too, and they want the whipped cream,
Yeah.
they-
Oh, yeah.
you know, and
forget
you know
that
they want, they want that, they want all of it. They want the stock growth, they want the income,
Yep.
you know, and they want the stuff that they don't even have. They want, the spin-offs.
And that's only our clients. That's not
Yeah,
us.
this-
Only
yeah,
our
yeah.
clients. There's no way we want them.
But at the end of the day, that cash in retirement is king. You
Yeah.
know, and it becomes more valuable than the stock growth to probably majority of people.
Cash always is. And even if you are the growth investor, the only reason you're trying to grow it is so that at some point you're going to sell shares
And
to
have more
access
cash.
what?
Cash.
Cash. Because that's the only way you can pay your bills. That's the only way you can go on your vacations. That's the only way you can enjoy life in retirement is if you actually have cash. No one cares about the value of your account. You actually have to go trade that in, sell it, or you get paid based on it. through
But back
dividends.
to your point of the bird in the hand versus two in the bush, when you're in retirement, that bird in the hand or that amount of cash is a little more comfortable and it becomes a little more exciting than the risk because
It's predictable. Too.
it's predictable.
Yeah.
So for the person in retirement, it might be different. So back to you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's
So
a tangible return.
I think,
Right.
Dividends
Predictable.
support real world financial freedom. I think dividend growth, and this isn't a funky one here because I can see both sides. I think when you get the extra dividend, it helps with inflation, but we can also make a strong argument that when you buy back shares, it's going to have a more positive impact on dividend growth moving forward. But if you get that dividend, isn't that dividend growth?
Yeah, it is.
So that's a funky one right there.
Yeah.
With the buyback, you're still relying on them to do the right thing down the road,
Yes.
right? Whereas
Mhm.
with the dividend, you're seeing it
You got it.
tangible. It's there.
Got it. It's,
Yeah.
You have the
it's
peace
in
of
your
mind
bank account.
It is showing up on the 15th or
It's
whatever.
my money
it is.
now.
That's
That's
it.
right. And
Right.
the buyback, you're like, hope that works out for us
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. So what are some takeaways we can give some clients here? Because I feel like I'm straddling the line this whole show because I see both sides. I'm supposed to be fighting just for the dividend here. And we've talked a lot about that. And I think taking the dividend in retirement, because we keep going back to that, is very, very important. I mean, in the real world, I would want both. Like, give me a partial.
I was going to
That's
say,
it.
Give me a partial income.
Give me a 50-50.
Yeah. Like, let's buy back some and pay me some.
Which is actually what they do. A lot of times they'll increase their dividend a little bit and then
Buy back.
buybacks
Appeal
are just kind
to-
of part of their program. I think I still will always lean towards that dividend side because it puts you in the driver's seat. You now have
You're in
control over the
control.
cash. The company's not. Like, you're really reliant on those buybacks that the company's going to continue to perform the same way. And even if they are, who knows what type of craziness can happen in the world to where that stock drops and
What
now
if you
you've
took a
lost
special dividend and you bought shares with just that? You spend the 4, and if you get a special, you reinvest. Now I'd say, give me the cash and I'll do it myself.
There
and
you
I can
go.
decide what I do
Right.
with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same thing. It's control, right?
Yeah.
At least if they pay it to you in the dividend, now you get to decide what you do with it.
I'm with you. I mean, I'm still going to go, I'm addicted to the income. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm addicted to it. And the relaxing feeling.
Do we need to do therapy?
Well, no, because that's true. Addiction. That word.
Yeah.
That was a wrong choice of words. I am enjoying the financial freedom that I have being able to put my head on the pillow at night and have that predictability.
Uh-huh.
And I hold myself in check and remind myself that,
With your therapist?
with my therapist. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Anyway, no, I was leaning on what you said. I do tend to like that predictable income, and I'm living in the world too. So it is hard to every so often when you see those things, not chase them. But I think if you don't put a gun to my head, gosh,
What is
therapy.
wrong with
If you were
you?
going to put a gun to my head, I would say
What
I'm going
the
to choose
heck?
dividend, predictable income more than the
You got
buyback every time.
addictions, you
All right.
carry it.
Oh, man.
We're going to jump.
Yeah, this show
I think
gets
it's
it
time
wrong.
to shut this show down.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We're
Just
sorry if somebody
remember,
gets
you
hurt.
retire on cash flow, not buybacks.
We are not talking about gun buybacks.
I know, it's terrible. Oh man, sorry.
And that dividend starter kit sounds better and better every time.
What is that? What is the dividend starter kit?
So if you like what you heard, subscribe. We also have a dividend starter kit. Just put some comments down there, and I'd be more than happy, or any of us, to share that with you. And man, we hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll just leave it
We'll
at
leave it
that.
at
Actually, we're going to end with pray for Nikki.
I'm